Hello, my name is David Thompson, and in this video we're going to be carrying out a traverse survey of Kings Lynn Park in Dublin. So you can follow along and write down the numbers as we take them on screen. Get your booking sheet printed off, and hopefully then this will help you with the actual fieldwork process. Our traverse survey is going to be carried out in Kings Lynn Park. As you can see from the screen, it's been divided up into a number of zones, and we will be working on Zone B for this example. So we can move on to part 1. Here we're going to calculate the horizontal angles inside the zone, and then also show you how we measure the distances and booked all that data onto our booking sheets. So here we can see the example of our booking sheet. It's divided in different sections for the different stations, where you're going to record the face left readings and the face right readings. And then down the bottom we have a section for filling in our distance measurements. So you'll be given this sheet blank on the day, so you can fill them out. But if you can print them off for now, and then you can follow along and fill it in as we go through the example in this video. So here we have our zone with stations 3, 4, 5 and 6 shown. And here we have our table where we're going to put in our face left and face right readings. So step 1 is to set up a total station over station 4. And then your assistant will hold the target over station 3 as shown here. So we're going to check your instruments on the face left position. So if you're using a Topcon machine, for example, the blue circle or the antenna should be on the left hand side. Sight onto target S3 and set the horizontal distance to 0 by pressing the button on the total station panel. And then record this angle in the booking sheet as shown below. And again, for the first reading, it's coming in as 0 degrees, 0 minutes and 0 seconds. And we book it in this location here as shown on screen. So next we're going to take a reading on our station to the right of the total station. So our assistant moves from station 3 and holds the target over station 6 as shown here. When the total station is still in the face left, rotate the telescope in a clockwise direction to sight onto S6. Then you record a horizontal angle and book it in the booking sheet as shown below. Again, this is for station 6 and it's going to be the face left value. So step 3 is going to be taking the face right readings onto station 6. So we're going to change the total station into face right mode by rotating the instrument and the telescope. Your assistant will then hold the target on station 6 as shown here, sight onto the target and record the horizontal angle. And then you're going to book it in the position shown here. So step 4 is then going to be taking a final face right reading onto station S3. So the assistant moves back from S3 or back from S6 over to S3, and with the total station still in face right mode, rotate the telescope in an anti-clockwise direction and then sight back onto S3. And then record your horizontal angle and book it into the booking sheet as shown here. And again, in this case, it's going to be 180 degrees, 0 minutes and 4 seconds. So next we're going to calculate the angles. So we're going to calculate the average face left and face right angles. To do this, first of all, we're going to get the difference between our recorded face left angles, which in this case gave us 74 degrees, 18 minutes and 38 seconds. Then we're going to get the difference between the face right angles, which is 74 degrees, 18 minutes and 25 seconds. So next we're going to calculate the average face left and face right angles. So we've already calculated the face left angles and the differences between the face left angles and the differences between the face right angles. So now what we're going to do is going to subtract one from the other, divide it by 2 and then add that number to whichever is the smaller angle. So in this case, it's going to be, the smaller angle is the face right angles because it's 74 degrees, 18 minutes and 25 seconds. So it's going to be the differences between the face left and face right angles, divided by 2 and then added to this number. This gives us a final value of 74 degrees, 18 minutes and 32 seconds, which is going to be our average. So if you've booked all your information correctly, it should look like it does here on screen. Again, we worked out the difference between our face left and face right angles, and then we also worked out the average of our face left and face right angles. So once you've taken the initial face left and face right readings, you have to repeat this procedure as you always measure angles twice for greater accuracy. So we'll go back again, do the same process, and hopefully we'll get similar numbers. Face left readings and face right readings will always vary slightly, so that's why we have to take an average. So we're going to be booking our second set of readings just underneath where we took the first set. Again, it's going to be using station 3 and station 6 again. We're just repeating the same procedure and recording the data down here. So like last time, we're going to be setting up our total station over station 4, and our assistant is going to hold the target over station 3. So we're going to check to make sure the instrument is in face left position, and then we're going to sight the target onto station 3 and set the horizontal angle to 0 by pressing the 0 set button on the total station panel. And we're going to record this 0 angle in the booking sheet in column 2, row 2, as shown here. So next, our assistant is going to move from station 3 and hold the target at station 6. With the total station still in face left mode, rotate your telescope in a clockwise direction and sight the target onto station 6. Then we're going to record the horizontal angle read on the screen and book it in the booking sheet at the position shown below for station 6 face left. In this case, the reading is 74 degrees, 18 minutes and 2 seconds. So step 3 is going to be starting to take our face right readings. We're going to take them first onto station 6. So we're going to change the total station into face right mode by rotating the instrument and then rotating the telescope. So the assistant is going to hold the target at station 06, and we're going to sight onto the target and record the horizontal angle, and then we're going to book it in the position shown below in the column for station 6 face right. In this case, the angle we're getting is 254 degrees, 18 minutes and 49 seconds. Step 4 is going to be taking our face right readings onto station 3. So our assistant is going to move from station 6 back to station 3, and then with the total station still in face right mode, we're going to rotate the telescope in an anti-clockwise direction and sight back onto the target at station 3. We're going to record the horizontal angle and book it in the booking sheet as shown below in the space for station 3 face right. And in this case, our answer is going to be 180 degrees, 0 minutes and 8 seconds. And then we're going to calculate the angles like we did previously. So we're going to work out the difference between the face left angles, which in this case is coming to 74 degrees and 18 minutes and 2 seconds. Then we're going to move on to get the difference between the face right angles, which is going to be 254 degrees, 18 minutes and 49 seconds, minus the 180 degrees, 0 minutes and 8 seconds, which is giving us an answer of 74 degrees, 18 minutes and 41 seconds. So next we're going to calculate the average face left and face right readings. So we have the difference between the face left angles. We're going to subtract the difference between the face right angles, then divide that number by 2. Then we're going to add that number to whatever the smaller angle is. In this case, it's going to be the face left angles because it's 74 degrees, 18 minutes and 2 seconds, which is obviously less than 74 degrees, 18 minutes and 41 seconds. Once we calculate all this out, we're getting an average face left, face right angle of 74 degrees, 18 minutes and 26 seconds. So if you filled in the booking sheet correctly, it should look like this. And again, once you've got all the differences worked out, we're going to calculate the overall average, which in this case would end up being 74 degrees, 18 minutes and 26 seconds. So now we'll move on to part 2, where we're going to calculate the average horizontal distance between stations. So if we go back to our booking sheet, we're going to be using the bottom portion of the booking sheet to record our distances. So next we're going to calculate the horizontal distances. We're going to mark in the sides on the booking sheets as shown below. So we're set up over station 4, so we're going to measure from station 4 to station 3, and then we're going to measure from station 4 to station 6. We can fill in this information in the distance section on the booking sheet. while we were set up over station 4, we're going to take the distances to each of the stations beside us. So from station 4 to station 3 and from station 4 to station 6. So just make a note where these are on the booking sheet. So from station 4 to station 3, we get this value. And from station 4 to station 6, we get this value. And we fill them into the table as they are shown below. Now once we have all the sides measured in both directions, we're going to calculate the average distance for each side. Again, this is getting the two distances recorded for each side and just dividing them by 2 and filling them into the section of the booking sheet as shown here. So if you follow the instructions carefully, the booking sheet should look something like this. So first of all, we took down our first angle measurements. Next, we moved on to our second angle measurements. And finally, in this portion of the booking sheet, we recorded our distance measurements. So if your results don't look like they do here, just go back over the previous few slides and try again. Next, we'll repeat the internal angle measurement and distance measurements for the remaining sides, just so we can get a complete picture of our zone. For this, you will be given the remaining face left and face right readings for the internal angles of our site, as well as the distances between stations. You should record these readings on the booking sheet as shown in the previous examples. Previously we set up over station S4, but this time we're going to move our setup over to station S6. Here we will record and measure the internal angles as well as the distances between stations. On the following slides, the face left and face right readings will show up on screen, and you should rebook these in the correct manner onto your booking sheet. Again, like our previous example, we always repeat the internal angle measurements. This just helps improve the accuracy of the survey. Previously, when we set up over station 4, we took the average face left and face right readings. You should do the same now for the face left and face right readings you took when set up over station 6. The next step is to record and calculate the average distances from station 6 to our target stations, station 4 and station 5. You should book these on the booking sheet in a similar manner as was done when we were set up over station 4. We will now move on to station 5 and set up our total station here. Again, we're going to measure and record the horizontal angles and also record the distances between the stations. The values will show up on screen and you should book them in the correct manner onto the booking sheet. Again, like we did before, we always repeat the internal angle measurements to ensure greater accuracy of our survey. You should now calculate the average face left and face right readings on the booking sheet recorded from station 5. We will now record and calculate the average distances from station 5 to the target stations, station 3 and station 6. Again, the values will show up on screen, so you should book these in the correct manner onto the booking sheet. We will now move on to the next station, station 3. Again, record the internal angles and the distances. As we've done previously, we'll repeat the internal angle measurements for greater accuracy. You should now calculate the average face left and face right readings on the booking sheet as taken from station 3. Next, you should record and calculate the average distances from station 3 to the target stations of station 4 and station 5. Finally, you should check all figures are correct in your booking sheet, and then you can move on to carrying out any subsequent calculations. The procedure in this video for taking face left, face right readings in your traverse survey, as well as distance measurements, are standard procedure when carrying out a traverse survey in the field. Hopefully you found this useful and it'll clear things up for you. If not, go back and watch that specific section which you're not too sure of. Thank you.